Wow, this purple looks so much better in person.
Yeah.
This week, I had the incredible opportunity to hang out and spend time with one of my good friends, Dan Eugene Kim. We had reconnected a while back after he had seen a video of my mom, and he had reached out to see if there's any way that he could help. Since then, over the course of a few months, I found out that we had shared a ton of similarities. We both shared a huge passion and interest in cars. We were both huge fans of computer games like StarCraft, Warcraft, and Counter-Strike, and we were both 90s babies, children of immigrants and first-generation Asians in America. But beyond just simply all of our common interests in cars in particular, what really stands out to me is Dan's kind and compassionate love for his family, and in particular, just how much he loves and respects his dad, and how pivotal a role his dad played in his success in getting him to where he is today. Like so many other immigrant families like ours, Dan's father immigrated to the United States in search of opportunities for himself and for his future family. Starting off broke and with literally nothing, he owned a liquor store, often working 16 to 18 hours a day, and even living there, often sleeping on a makeshift cot in the supply room just to make ends meet, not wanting to burden anybody else, but wanting to just make his own way in the world. It reminded me so much of my own father, who left everything and came to the US on his own, looking for work and opportunities. As Dan so openly shared with me, it was really that hard work ethic and that try anything and not be afraid to fail attitude that his father instilled in him, that he credits for his success today. It's hard to tell now, but starting off completely broke just a few years ago, he's built up to what he has now. However, we spent more time talking about family and his father than we did about the cars and everything he's been able to amass. His father also taught him lessons of compassion and kindness, nurturing his business savvy while also being sacrificial and unselfish, helping those less fortunate around him. And again, it just reminded me so much of my own dad, that same nurturing and patient attitude, just wanting us to grow and to learn. Talking to Dan just reminded me how much our dads had sacrificed and how much our dads had given in order to raise us and help us become successful. I remember telling my dad when I wanted to ride a bike, and he immediately got a bike and spent hours holding me up, helping me learn how to balance. Later, after I had learned to ride that bike pretty well, I remember distinctly going on a family hike together. It was on that hike that was the very first time that I was exposed to people riding bikes, not on the pavement, not on the street, but on the dirt. It was at that moment that my little bike was no longer enough for me, and I had to have a mountain bike. Knowing this, my dad immediately surprised me with a mountain bike, continuing to nurture my interest in developing my skills in the sport, and helping me achieve my dream of mountain biking prowess. For Dan, when it came to childhood dreams, there were few greater than the dream of R34 GTR ownership. Like me and so many thousands of others around the world, Dan's dream of GTR ownership really started in Gran Turismo. It was quite easily the most desirable car in the game, incredibly fast and, just like in real life, incredibly expensive and unobtainable. And so naturally, from the very beginning, it's something that Dan had always wanted. And achieving this childhood dream was something that his father encouraged and pushed and enabled him to achieve. As Dan shared with me, his dad encouraged him to take the risks that would enable his dream, guiding him in the risks to take and teaching him how to make the right decisions. And so, after over 15 years of hard work, and starting off completely broke, it was truly a milestone to finally achieve this childhood dream. To Dan, it was his forever car, something that he had wanted for so long and had worked so hard to achieve, all enabled by the help of his dad. But with this context and backstory, what really blew me away the most this week from talking to Dan was his reason for selling the car, and especially his view on money, wealth, possessions, time, and family. You see, Dan and his beautiful wife Vicky are soon to be first time parents. And Dan himself, soon to be a first time dad, shared with me that though cars and possessions are nice and all, it's really the time and freedom that he gets to spend with his family, his wife and soon to be new daughter, that means the most to him. To be honest, if you had just presented this thought to me just a few years ago, I probably would have scoffed, thinking that you could just take care of the baby and also have your cars at the same time, downplaying the importance of time and freedom because of my immaturity, not grasping their true significance. But in Dan's own words, even though he doesn't need to sell the car, going into this next stage of life with a clear mind, shedding all the excess and having the time and the freedom and the opportunity to raise his child and spend time with his wife, that is truly priceless, and no possession or car or amount of money can replace that. As I was reflecting on that, especially with what our family has been going through with Mom's illness, I just could not agree more. Time is the one thing that I wish above anything else that I could have more of. And like Dan's father and my father, and Dan himself has realized, the true measure of success is the amount of love that we can share. And the reason fathers like Dan's and mine sacrificed as they did was out of love, to enable us to achieve our dreams, because enabling us became their dream. So thank you, Dan, for the eye-opening lessons and for living out the truth. And happy Father's Day to all the great fathers and soon-to-be great fathers out there.